Give me a D and a G. It's the Dawg and Gus show. It's the Dawg and Gus show.
Hey, dog, your beard's looking flickin' great, my man.
Thanks, Gus. I've been using the Bush Beard Wash.
The what now?
At Bush Beard, they know that every man with a beard is a unique beardo. And that's why they offer a wide range of products to cater to every beard's needs. Whether you have a long and luscious mane or prefer to keep it short and sharp, their products will help you achieve that perfect look.
From the nourishing beard oil and balm to the refreshing beard wash, their products are made with all-natural local ingredients to keep that beard healthy, soft, and lustrous. The beard comb and brush are designed to detangle and shape your beard, making sure you always look your best.
At Bush Beard, they're dedicated to providing the best possible grooming experience for all the beardos out there. So why settle for an average beard when you can have a glorious, well-groomed one? Try Bush Beard products today and unleash the full potential of your beard.
Be sure to use Dawg and Gus 10 and get 10% off your order.
Bush Beard, the small town brand with the big old Canadian heart. Welcome to the Dawg and Gus show.
What's up, man?
Not much, you?
Oh, not much. Just a lovely Monday evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dark early, like usual.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Kind of coming the winter.
Yes, sir. It's coming.
Winter
is coming.
Should we shut down for the winter? Or?
No, we shall not.
Oh, so what's going on today, bro?
We're going to sit down. We're going to talk with Dorado today. It's going to be a cool interview.
What's up, Dorado? How are you?
I'm good, you guys.
Thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure to come here.
Yes. You're a Latin singer, we would say, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like Latin urban, like reggaeton. Yeah, you could say
Very
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly in Spanish?
Yeah, most of my songs are in Spanish, but I have a few songs in English and a couple songs that are coming that are also going to be in English too. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
I do a bit of both, you know.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, I guess you got to kind of go after both markets, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't stop yourself just with one market.
No, seriously. Get out
Yeah.
as much as you can.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of
Yeah.
Spanish-speaking listening people, though.
Yeah, sure.
I suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Is that most of your following you find is Spanish-speaking?
Right now, at the moment, I would say it's half and half, honestly. Like, if I look at my followers, I gotta have like a couple from here, like in Canada and stuff. But I have like also like a lot from like, of course, like South America. So for example, Chile. My family's from Chile, so I have like a couple fan base in Chile. But like, if I look I recently made a song. I don't know if you guys follow football, so soccer here. It's like for like Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real
But, like,
Madrid,
since, yeah, exactly. Since like I did like a song, and I have a lot of fan like in like for example Turkey and in Nigeria. Honestly, like there's a big fan base that are listening to my songs there.
Well, those are big soccer-based countries too, right?
Yeah, and Real Madrid is one of the biggest soccer teams in the world, so
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm a Liverpool supporter, so I don't know if we can. Different leagues. So
it's fine.
Yeah,
right?
it's fine. As long as it's not the Champions League, we're fine.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, when they get to the Champions League, then it's a different deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, are you based out of Ottawa here, or where are you in? Are you in Canada?
Yes, I am in Canada at the
Whereabouts?
moment.
At the moment.
Right now I'm in Ottawa.
Okay.
Next year I'm moving to Montreal
Mhm.
because there's like a big. Montreal. They're very big with the Latin scene. So
Okay.
probably like the biggest Latin scene, honestly, in Canada. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And so like I want to like try it out over there, and if everything goes well, like try to go to South America. That'd be like that's the dream,
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You gotta have big dreams, man. You gotta go for it. For
You
sure.
got to dream big.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So you released a new single called Enfocayo.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
correct? The way I said it?
And Focao, yeah.
Oh,
Enfocao.
Enfocao. Yeah, because
Yeah.
cacao. I should have known,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
should've
Being
known.
a bartender, you should have known that.
What do you mean?
Grab the cacao.
Yeah, but it's not, you just
Yeah,
never know.
pretty
man,
much.
like, you
Well,
never know.
okay, fine.
Because cacao is different spelling. So,
Cacao.
yeah. Anyways, that's terrible. Sorry about that. We're just English speaking slums over here.
Yeah.
So the track is actually pretty high energy. It's really good. Did you,
Thank you.
do you like playing that one live yet, or have you been able to go out yet?
Yeah, so like I've played that song a couple of times now. like maybe like 3 times, because I played it once before like it released. So like I did that this summer because I did like a huge show this summer, and like I showcased like all my old songs and also my new songs. So like I've played it like I think 3 times right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
And I think it's a fan favorite, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I would suspect it would be. It's a pretty solid track.
I was listening to a bunch of them on my drive here because I have to drive for like 40 minutes to get here. So I listened to pretty much everything you've had.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's
The
good.
whole
I like the
catalog.
beat. Yeah, it's great. I'm just sad that you have to move to Montreal for a bigger fan base, but I understand that here because I was going to ask you, where would you play here in Ottawa?
So honestly, sometimes like in Ottawa, you have like some events. Like they have
Mhm.
like they have a Latin community here.
Yeah.
But like we don't have like yet a community that does like a lot of shows.
Okay.
So like for example, I studied at the Conservatory of Gatineau. So like I've studied like classical music percussions.
Okay.
So like I love to perform. I love to do shows, and like right now here in Ottawa, usually they only have like a couple like for example little events where you can perform like one song or two songs. But I want to do like 40
Mhm.
minutes. Just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to give everybody the full experience of Dorado, correct?
Exactly. That's what you want. Honestly, yeah.
I remember back, you're young, so I remember back before, like a long time. I know there was a Latin club down in the market because I remember going a couple times and it was like the music was incredible. But I don't think it hasn't been there for a long time, which is sad because it would be nice to have representation in most of the genres that are out there, right? Because I
Mhm.
mean, it's a great, it's just really catchy and it's fun to dance to and stuff, especially when you watch the girls because
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
of
course. Of course. Of
Yes.
course,
it's a
man.
great spectator sport,
Latinas.
Latin dancing.
Those Latinas know how to move.
But that's the thing. You don't only stop at watching. You need to go with them. You need to go dance with them. That's a key. That's a key part right
yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah, you ain't getting anywhere
Move.
just standing there staring.
Yeah,
Exactly,
the only problem
just-
my hips don't move that way
Well,
anymore. It's true.
Yeah, that is true. I believe you. I mean, I've seen you walk.
What?
So who are your musical influences, would you say?
So my biggest I guess like for like reggaeton mostly it's like Maluma, Bad Bunny. I like it a lot. I like him a lot. I like J Balvin, Fade, but also like I think like I have like a huge like inspiration with my classical background. So like that plays like a huge part because like me and my team we're all like graduate from the conservatory. So like I feel like we're trying to put like a little bit of like you maybe you don't know, like we try and make sure like you don't notice it, but like try to put it like do like a mix, like add like both worlds, and that's it, like basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Any favorite classical artist?
Oof. I love, like, you probably won't know him, but it's like a percussionist writer. He's called Emmanuel Séjourné. Very very good. You should go
Yeah.
listen to it. Yeah.
Emmanuel Saint-Journé?
Exactly. Yeah, he's
Français?
French. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot of great French composers, that's for sure.
Mhm.
I'm more of a former German composer kind of guy.
Das right. That's good, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, it's good.
What like if you could see yourself in 5 years, like your dream 5-year plan, what would you where would you like to be in 5 years?
So like my dream 5-year plan, like honestly, I think that's when I'm really gonna start like making it. You know what I mean? So basically, I think that's in 5 years. That's when I'm popping off. So I think it's my breakthrough, and that's where I see myself. So basically, like all like before that, the moving in Montreal, that's all part of the process where like I'm trying like to like first of all like understand the industry, and basically like learn as much as I can for when like the breakthrough like starts. Like I'm ready, and yeah, that's it. That's the one I think I'm really going international.
I mean,
So-
you have that type of music that could go international.
Oh, it can
right?
definitely
It's
go,
like-
yeah, because like you can go down South America, you can go over to Spain, you can go to like you got
Brazil?
lots, yeah, you can go to lots of places where this like this style of music would be like just like, oh, this is cool.
Well, it is cool.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting for Like I love Latin music. I think usually gets you moving. It's just great.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
and plus your confidence will come, and your ability, your experience, your ability to be in a studio and know what to do. Like that'll all come too, right?
Yeah, of course. I think like I said recently, I think just my team. I think we're like the perfect team, because like we're kind of used. We've been doing that for a long time now, just like practice the songs, like writing songs and stuff like that. Since we're like we studied at the conservatory, so we've did that for a long time, and I think now it's like getting more and more like easy to write songs, go to the studio and like record. Like it doesn't take as much time as before, so it's like it's always like we're always trying to find that 1% that could to like better the songs,
Yeah.
Mhm. I think making the move to Montreal is a smart thing to do because I think there's more of a club, an appetite and a club scene there that would benefit you more than here.
I agree.
Like I'm not taking shots at Ottawa in any way, shape, or form because we love Ottawa.
Exactly.
I
You love
am,
Ottawa.
but I'm not. But I am. Anyway, I think that's a smart move on your part. And if you keep making moves like that, it's going to work, and we'll be seeing you making waves down in Chile and Chile and South America. Yeah, that's just so cool.
That's very cool.
Can't wait.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
Not really. Like honestly, I'm just in my zone. Of course, like before the shows, like I have a video on Instagram where you can see that like for my new song I released like in Focao, you can see like really I'm just there, I'm getting ready and stuff. Like yeah, I'm in my head, like I'm like okay, it's time to go because like before the show you have like all that like I guess like a little like you're a little anxious, you know what I mean?
Yeah, excited too.
You're excited, exactly. You're excited and you're getting ready, and then I just go on stage and I do my thing,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I was watching one of your videos, the YouTube videos there. You just he's all over the stage, and the band is just like tight, and it was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch when somebody the guy's enjoying his music when he's up there doing that kind of stuff.
That's right.
Exactly, that's perfect. That's like I wanted people to dance. I will dance for sure, and I'm trying to give like the best show, always.
Yeah, that's great.
So how long you were at the conservatory? So how long have you been performing?
So, like performing, like do like concerts.
Sure.
So I guess like I started like playing, like I started like music lessons at like 5 years old. So maybe like at 10, I started maybe like performing in front of like people. So I guess like 10 years old, like I started with percussions, like just percussions, and for the singing part, like I would say like maybe like 3 years ago I started to like sing in front of people. It's new. It's new. Because before I was always like, like in my head I was like, I was a drummer before, and a percussionist, so it did like a career switch,
Yeah. Well, because I was looking back at your discography, and it looks like it goes back, like you recorded stuff like till 2022. So it's been a couple of years of this style.
Yeah.
And I figure, at the conservatory, you guys are learning lots of different stuff, so it's fun to be able to go out there and try that. Hey, let's see if this works for us.
Exactly.
Does that background like make you more open-minded to trying different things?
Of course. I think like since like I did classical music, like you understand that there's not like you don't want to be like I don't want to be put in a box, right? And I know I can do like a bunch of different different genres of music. So like since I think it really opened my mind, and now like I'm not like shying away from like different challenges. So like if I want to do like like if I want to do some pop, I can do some pop. If I want to go like do like some, let's say some bachata, I will go do some bachata. And like honestly, like I always like play like rock music when I'm a drummer. So like I could do like I'm open to do anything.
Yeah, that's great. I think I would imagine that would be the best atmosphere for that because there's so many different minds in there and so many different talents that you play off each other, and as you met your band there and stuff, so it makes sense.
Exactly. And like you like I don't believe that I have like like everyone that you'll like perform and like play with will like bring you something, you know what I mean? So like if I learn something like in like for example like I do like a rock record and I do it with some artist, you know. But he can teach me something that then I can use, like for example, for reggaeton, or like, you know, it's all connected. That's what's beautiful about music, you know.
It's yeah, it's a language.
Yeah.
It's like one person can, you know, even if it's in a different language, like, you know, verbally,
No,
it's everybody can bop to it if they want to.
It's true, 'cause-
it's great. Music is a love language. I
yeah,
think.
because I was listening to it on the way here, and I don't speak Spanish, and it was like I was loving it. It's just like, this is really great. And then it's like, oh, he's speaking English now. Yay! I can understand what he's saying. But no, it is really good. Is there an instrument, like a quirky kind of instrument, you'd like to incorporate in your music at some point? Like something that you wouldn't go, hey, they're playing this in their song. What's up with that?
Ah, good question. Like, okay, so like an instrument that I really want to like incorporate would be like the marimba, but that I would like to like, because then I could play it like in concert. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like that'd be like it would be like something I would very want to do. But it's like in the future. It's like in future works, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now I'm like you're working on my show right now, trying to make it perfect, and then like you add stuff. So in the future, yeah, I want to add some marimba.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's just I love the sound of a marimba.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, I do. What are you doing that to me for?
I like to mess with you.
Yes, you do.
What's been your biggest career highlight so far?
Biggest career highlights. Well, just for Dorado, like I recently like played at it was like a huge like cycling competition like they had in Gatineau, like an international competition, and we played like for in front of like a lot of people. Also, another one would be like that this summer I did like a show, and like my team, we did everything, you know. It was my first like self-made show. So like that was very like, for me it was like something like, oh, okay, I can do it now, and for the next one I can do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Trying something new and then overcoming it. That's the best.
Mm-hmm.
So at the conservatory, I'm sure they focus more on the music. Do they focus on the business aspect of being a musician?
So
Do they have-
yeah, exactly. That's like the part that is missing at the conservatory right
Okay.
now, but they're working on it. They're working on it because I feel like at the conservatory it's more, since it's like it's classical, you know,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
it's you. For example, you learn to play the trumpet, you learn to play the trombone. So like what you like, they tell you, okay, you need to learn how to play, and then once you play, whether either you play you make your own ensemble, or you go and you try orchestras. But then like you don't learn how, like, because you don't learn that you are your own business. You know what I mean? Like you're
Mhm.
selling yourself,
Right.
right? As a musician, and you're trying to make sure that your like your value is the highest, you know. And since like we don't learn that necessarily at the conservatory, a lot of people like go out and like they don't know like what to do. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
now it's changing. And like we had like we have business classes like at the conservatory, marketing classes. So that's what I love that they started to do that.
That's very smart on their part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, adapting.
Yep.
Right? Like
Yep.
the business portion is just so important because it's, you know, artists don't tend to think about it. They just think about the music, and then they get kind of raked over the coals or something.
Or you know, you get somebody in there who knows the business, right, and you know nothing of it, and they take advantage.
Exactly.
And that's happened a lot. And it's
That-
good that you have your own sense. No, man, like this is me. You're marketing me. This is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
you
And that that happened a lot. That people take advantage of other of musicians. That happens all the time.
all the
Mhm.
time. Still, do you
Yeah.
think it's better now with the social media and you can kind of grow your own brand your own way? Is it suitable for that?
I think that's it's definitely good. But I feel like since social media, like because of social media, I feel like even like classical music started to be like even more like it's more like it's all about like selling. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Before, for example, if you look at like, I don't know, like if you're like you play the cello, you're not or like you're an opera singer. You know, like you didn't need to like have like a cover where you're like you look good and stuff. But now even classical musicians like need to look good and stuff, and they take pictures like almost like in chest. You know what I mean? And they need to do stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess it's good. It's good and bad. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because then you
Wow.
have like extra work. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the the ongoing struggle, even for our little podcast, is we constantly have to post things and
Exactly.
stay relevant, right, and grow the following and try and get more
Exactly.
people to watch and listen. You know.
Yeah, and find a filter that makes me look good.
Oh yeah,
That's the toughest part.
really, you have great skin, bro. Great skin.
I moisturize.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned the cello because we have a good friend who's an amazing cello player, and he's the same kind of way. He's just like he's got to learn all the different parts, right?
Yeah,
And
Raphael, I don't
Raph,
know.
he's amazing. Weinworth Brown, he's just like an amazing cello player. He plays with a heavy rock band out of where are they?
I think Danish.
Finland or Denmark, and Leprous, and it's like incorporating, like he does classical like you do, but he also does, like heavier stuff. It's really cool to see.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's crazy talented too, so that helps.
Nice.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What's the best advice someone gave you when you were starting out as a musician?
That's a good. I guess. I could say like it's like I guess one of my friend. He was telling me like just like I He was telling me to like to be patient because I'm impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everything like it's a grind. Like for example, it's a 10-year grind, and like right now we're at year 2, so you need to be patient about it. Stop being impatient. You'll get there. You just need to wait. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's the best one.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good one to take in. Like
it's hard to do.
Yeah, it's hard to do. But like when you're
Not patient.
when you're recording and stuff, does that kind of fall in there too, where you just kind of want to get, okay, guys, I want to get this song out? Do you find like you've ever rushed a song to get it out quick?
So I feel like it's for us it's like the opposite. So like I have songs that I've been like recording for like a year now, and this is like they're not posted yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like since like we all have jobs and stuff, sometimes it's complicated like to like be everyone together and like okay we're finishing that but still we're trying like we're better. We won't like almost post like a song like every like 2 months. I'm trying at least. It's like maybe like 6 songs a year. I'm trying to like up that, but it's hard. So like I feel like I need to post more. Like just like you guys, I need to post more like on social media, and I need to post more songs.
Yeah, of course. But again, like you said, there's only so much time in a day and only so much money you got to spend on it.
Exactly.
Do you when you record, do you do it out of a studio or do you do it from your home?
So it depends which songs. For example, like most of my songs I recorded at my friend's studio. One of my producer has a studio at his house, but he has like everything, you know. So it's amazing. And we recorded like my team. We recorded once at the Noble Street Studio in Toronto.
Wow.
And so we went there. We recorded the song "Finest Mami." So it was honestly like after that experience, like I was like, man, I don't want to go back. You know, at the at my studio, like at my friend's studio. You know what I mean? But we were like, my friend was there, like when we were in Toronto, and he too, like he was like, man, we need to like blow up. We need that time in like amazing studios with amazing gear and everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's just sitting there going, we need that, and we need this, and I want that, and I want this.
He was exactly like that. He was looking at the gear, at the like the preamp and everything, like the mic, like the $20,000 mic, and he was like, "Oh my god, they have that here."
Yeah, I bet it's like a kid in a candy store.
Seriously,
yeah, like having good equipment, I think is so key, and also so expensive. What would you say? How do you deal with creative blocks when it comes to like your music? You mentioned that you want to release more, but what's holding you back a little bit? Just the time and stuff?
So I feel like it's just like finding, for me, like it's just finding time, because I have like a bunch. I have maybe like 10 to 12 songs right now that I finished, and like I keep like finishing songs, but then like because my friend, like one of my producers, sends me a song, because you know, and then like I write a song, but then we need to finish the beat, and then we need to record. So what's really stopping me? It's more like, okay, so like we need to like record and finish the beat. It's I don't really have like when I have like a music blockage. Usually I just like drop the song.
Yeah.
If like for example I'm not feeling it. Well, I write something and then suddenly I don't feel it. Then it's just not natural. Usually like songs they come to me. So like if I don't feel it, it means like it won't work. So I just usually like I will just drop the song.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and how do you jot them down? Like, do they come to you in your sleep and stuff, or do you just do you have a notepad with you at all times? Like, how does that work? Or do you use your phone?
So I use my phone, and well, it's just like I sit down and I just write the songs. So it happens sometimes that like I was like it had happened in my sleep, you know what I mean? Like and then I was there. I took my phone and I recorded like whatever like the melody that was in my head, and then I dropped my phone and went back to sleep, you know.
Yeah.
But usually it's like I sit down and I'm like okay, like I give myself like an hour in the day or like 2 hours where like okay, now it's writing time, and I will write like for that time like period of time. But you know sometimes I say okay it's gonna be 2 hours, but after 30 minutes I'm like okay I just like I had that inspiration for 30 minutes and then I don't have any inspiration anymore. I just wait okay the next day, and the next day I do the same thing, and usually it's good like it's the best way like to write.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, and blocking off 2 hours to do it, and if you can do it in less time, the better, right? And then you can start working on something else, post something on social media. But it's, I would imagine it's such an interesting way. Everybody has a different way that music comes to them when they're writing. So I've always found that intriguing to know. Do you just obviously you don't write things down anymore? That's not the thing, but some people still do. You know,
Yeah, some people still do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if you had something you didn't have your phone, you'd be able to write it down somewhere.
Yeah.
But, so we usually ask how does it like where you're living is affecting your career, so you're choosing to move. Do you have family in Montreal? Do you have people that you can trust that you can go there and see and live with and do that thing, or are you going to get your own place?
Well, I'm just getting my own place. Gonna get my own place, get my own studio, and like we're trying to like to make new contacts there. We're trying to, that's the main reason why we're going there, to make contacts, and that's why we're going there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, that's the Dogs joined us again. The challenge I think for Ottawa, like we were saying earlier, is just the proximity to venues and the ability to play live. Do you prefer playing? Obviously, you prefer performing over writing and putting it in the studio, or which one do you prefer more?
I think it's I would say it's the same. It's the same thing. I love both. That's because when like you record a good, like when you have like you're like writing a good song, you have that amazing high, and then like you're like oh my god, and then like you're with like your producer, and then he starts something on the keys, and like and then you're like oh my god, it fits perfectly, and you get that high, and when like you're performing, you get just a different high, but it's just amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure it's seeing people dancing along with you is probably great to see for sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure that would be fun. We have to try that sometime. Now, your team, how many guys? How many people are on your team? Like that go to play the shows?
So like on my in my band,
yes.
Like at shows, like I have we're with me we're four, so we have three other guys. So we have on the keys, we have Telex. On the drum we have Rack, and on the guitar we have Yazid.
Cool,
nice.
Yeah.
And you're all buddies?
Yeah, we're all buddies from the conservatory. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you meet there?
Yeah, we all met there. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
I was actually I googled some of Telex's stuff too. I was watching him do keyboards on a song. I can't remember what the song was called, but it's one featuring Bad Bunny. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Is it Mojave Ghost?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we did like our own version of that. Like,
cool.
It's on YouTube too, and yeah, it's one of the videos we did. Yeah, but he's amazing, Telex. He's one of the, if he's not like the best producers, he's one of the best producers in Ottawa, I think. Yeah.
There you go.
And he needs to be known, Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's the one that contacted us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, I would like to have he said, I'd like to have you on the show. And I'm like, sure, let's do this.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Now we have to have him.
exactly. Yeah, for
So
sure.
he's a
yeah,
producer, keyboard, and a promoter. So you got it all in one right there.
exactly. But like the whole team, like we're all working together. You know, like the other guy on the drums, like Rack, he's an amazing tech. Like he's great tech. He's been doing that for like a while now. And like for like when it's like I need to like this summer when I did my show, like he was there with me the whole time. I was like, okay, so you need this. We're gonna have this, and he helped me so much. So like we're like all helping each other out.
That's cool. It's like
Yeah.
the way it should be, I think. What do you do in your free time when you're not doing music or working?
So as you see, I have the Real Madrid hat. So like I love to play soccer. That's
Yeah.
that was what I was doing when I was young. Used to always play soccer, watch games and stuff. So like when I have free time, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
That's
Or
cool.
practicing drums. So that's like still with music, but like I'm like it's one or the other.
Yeah. Who got you into music when you were a kid? Your parents?
So when I was my parents. So basically, when I was young, like 2 years old, my I used to like you have like the concerts videos where like artists like for example U2 had like their like concert live in Boston in 2000. I had that DVD and I would ask my dad like every day, okay, put it on. I want to hear U2 please dad, and he would put it on and I would sing to the songs and stuff, and would like put glasses so like I look like Bono and stuff.
Yeah.
And then one day my dad like he decided to buy like like the little drum for like kids.
Yeah.
You have like three pieces and like a little cymbal. So he bought that for me and my brother, and then I was like 3 years old, and one day my dad comes in the living room and he's like watching the show because I was still watching the show, and he looks at me and he's like, look at the show, look at me, and it's like, what is he doing what the drummer's doing? And then he was looking, and then he's like, whoa, I think he's actually doing what the drummer's doing. And then he bought me like a real drum set, and I have like old videos of me like 4 years old playing like Coldplay and stuff and U2. And yeah, after that it was a love story.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good that you had the support too, because some people wouldn't want you to be playing the drums. in the
Yeah.
house, you know?
Exactly.
Not a lot of parents are going to run out to buy their kids a drum set. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my dad was like a drummer, like in like the like in like
A
a
marching
band,
band.
like marching band. So he was like a drummer in the marching band. So like he loved that, and he just wanted to like show me, and
That's great.
he
It's
was my
r-
first professor.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice to have that in your, have support like that. That's great.
For sure. Now, you said you did percussion when you're at the conservatory. Can you play any other instruments?
Yeah, so like
I know that
play-
they show you like you're saying, the trumpet and the trombone and stuff.
So at the conservatory, like I play the percussions, but I play like all the percussion. So I play the marimba, I play the vibraphone, I play this snare, like all the drums I
Mhm.
play. Also like if you like all the congas,
Mhm.
like bongos,
Yes. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I play the timpanis too. So everything that you hit, basically I can play.
Cool.
And exactly, and for fun, like I learned like how to play guitar. I can also play guitar, and I learned a little bit of piano. So like I know like I can play a couple of instruments.
Yeah.
It seems, yeah, only 10.
You know,
Um,
and I play percussion, and just for fun, I'm just going to play the guitar,
Well,
Exactly.
just for fun.
he's in a band.
Like so casual, right?
You
Like
may
I'm just
wanna-
like, just for fun. I eat something from my fridge.
yeah,
just for fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Wrong.
it's slightly different.
Yeah, slightly different mindset.
Energy.
Yeah, for sure.
What what can fans expect from your live show?
Well, first of all, a good time in dancing, that's for sure, and like good energy. Honestly, I think that's what's key about my song, like my shows. Like I have good energy. We're there to party. That's a whole thing. That's my thing. I just want to party. I just want to have fun and party, and that's what I think my show is. So yeah, and I want people to dance. I want people to have a great time. That's like the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we talked about the rock influence a little bit. So you got a little bit of, I don't consider rock, Coldplay rock. And U2 was kind of on the outskirts. Like any other rock bands that are faves?
The 2000 album that he's talking about would have been pretty rocky.
But Coldplay is...
No, but Coldplay, when they started, they weren't pop like in 2010 when they did the switch, you know?
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like
Yellow.
Yellow is like pop. Yeah, and you know, like Fix You is not pop; it's more like rock, you know. And
Duly
so,
noted.
Yeah.
And
God put a smile upon your face. That's a pretty rocking song by Coldplay.
So
who are your dad's influences though? Like who did you listen hear when you were growing up? I'm sure you heard some rock music then.
Of course. So like last year I went to see Iron Maiden here in Ottawa.
Oh, nice.
So like I love Iron Maiden, but my biggest drum influence is Neil Peart. So he's the professor. He's the OG. He's the GOAT for me.
Yep, and I agree.
Yeah.
Somebody here.
He's second for me, but that's a different discussion.
Who's your first?
John Bonham.
Oh,
it's always that GOAT. That's always the two they talk about the most, right? 1 and 2, 2 and 1.
But only because I wasn't a big Rush fan, right? And I think that, but I respect it. I mean, he had like 400 things that he could hit that was behind him.
Yeah,
right? Like you said, he was the professor.
Yeah, exactly.
I like John Bonham because he just used to hit the shit out of it and use his hands, and he was like,
just like it owed him money.
Yeah, and they were a pretty good band, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, they did all right.
Yeah. So, That's just me. I know.
I
don't play the drums, so you would be able to have way more, flair for it for sure. But so when you hear Neil Peart, is that from your dad would play Rush for you, or you found that on your own?
Well, no, it was that my dad was like playing Rush for me. So like at first, you know what? Funny story. Like first time I heard Rush, because I used to always listen to the instrumental songs for La Villa Strangiato, YYZ.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the songs that my dad would always put. And when I heard Geddy Lee for the first time sing, I was like, what? What are you showing me? I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's not good. But then after a while, I started to I love Rush. It's if it's not my favorite, it's one of my favorite bands. So yeah,
good Canadian band.
Exactly, Canadian too. Yeah.
Now, when you're listening, because I know we listen for the pleasure of it, and a lot of musicians listen, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like you're just like, "How did he do that? How did he do that?" Like especially Neil Peart, right? Because he's just like so precise in everything that he did, right? And it's just like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. I'm just like you, but I'm trying to figure out how he did that, and then I'm like, okay, and then I'm spending my next hour just practicing what he just did. So that's basically it,
You definitely analyze it differently than we would listening, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just trying, I'm listening, and then I'm like, okay, so he did this with this, okay, he did this rhythm, then this rhythm, okay, let's do it, and I'm practicing, and then okay. Next thing, next song.
Yeah.
Once you learn it, you're out.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about drummers. We Mr. Dancy, a friend of ours, and another guy. We went to see Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and they're progressive rock. And Carl Palmer is a pretty good drummer. He's not elite, but the guy that went with us was a drummer, and he kept watching Palmer, going, "How did you do? What? Is it, wait a second. What?" And he was just like in complete disbelief of how this guy played the drums, right? So I imagine if you're watching Neil Peart, your head would explode if you got live to see him close enough. You know what I mean?
That's my biggest regret to not have seen him live,
Mm-hmm.
because I think they came here in 2011 in Ottawa. It was their last time I think they came here.
You might be right.
Yeah, and I was young, and my dad, he went alone, and now I never and I was so mad at the time, but I understand. Concert tickets are expensive, but I was like, no, I want to see Neil Peart too, and but now I can't. I can only go see on YouTube
That's right, yeah. Like the rest of us.
Yeah, just like everybody. Sadly.
Yeah.
Well, the legacy lives on, man.
It sure does.
It goes. What would your speaking of legacy, what would you like your legacy to be for music? What do you want to leave?
That's a very good question. Since my music, I just started, so I don't really know, to be honest with you. I just want to I guess it's more I want to show that I can do anything. That you don't need to be part of a
Yeah,
go,
don't pigeonholed.
you're just like a reggaeton artist. No, I can be like, you know what? If I wanted to do like a rock album, I could do a rock album. I can do whatever I want. Like I'm versatile. You know, I guess that's one of the like the main things that I want to show, and probably that, you know, like add a bit of like everything to my songs. So like I said, like add like, for example, my classical. If I wanted to do like add like some classical stuff to like a reggaeton song, I can do it. You know, like I don't want to put like don't want to how would you say that
Like pigeonhole you or
restrict yourself.
that is exactly. I don't want to I don't want to restrict myself to just like do like everybody else. No, I want to like do me. You know.
Yeah.
You think at any time during a show that you'd break out into some Rush,
Well, that'd be cool.
right?
That'd be like
Can you imagine, like, you're just playing along, you're doing your thing, and all of a sudden it's into like YYZ or something, you know, all of a sudden, wait a second, where's that?
Yeah.
Like that would freak people.
Yeah,
I think that would be
ding.
like awesome.
That would be cool.
No, that'd be
You know?
like but see, like I feel like it's in the works.
Mhm.
I want to do stuff like that. Like I want to like show that I can play the drums,
Mhm.
but it's just so much work. You know, it's so much
Yeah,
work.
yeah. Plus, you're just
So, like,
starting, like, right?
yeah,
like,
No,
just-
seriously.
exactly.
you're fresh.
Just get
Getting into
your seriously, get your what you want to do down in your live show, and then you can incorporate stuff later. It's not like you have to do it all in one day.
Exactly, but it's in the works. Like to
Mhm.
like add like some Rush or like and some like complicated stuff like Yeah.
Whatever you want. It's your show.
yeah.
Bach.
Bach. Yeah, Bach was a big drummer. Yeah,
He was a pianist,
that was the joke.
wasn't he?
No? Bach.
Well, he's a composer, so I suspect he wrote music.
He was a composer. Yeah.
Yeah. He probably played a few instruments too.
Yeah, he probably did. Back.
Um,
The organ.
What-
The organ.
Yeah.
the organ. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He was a churchgoer. What's your favorite song all time?
Ooh.
So
Or you can give me 3 if you want.
Top 3.
top 3. I think I'll need to go. I think number 1, it's got to be like because there's such like a big meaning to me. Like I'll go with U2 and like Where the Streets Have No Name.
Good tune.
Very
I
good tune.
think that's different, and like YYZ2. I guess I'll give these 2 songs. They're my
That's good. Yeah.
yeah
YYZ is a good song.
Some good choices.
yeah.
YYZ in Canada, but
Yeah.
other than that, we'll go with it. You got to think that would be a Canadian version, I think.
Of what?
When YYZ.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Not YYZ?
Why is that? I don't know why we say Z for that, but I think maybe it's not because we don't say ZZ top.
That's true.
Yeah,
But
so I
they're
don't know.
American, though.
I know, but still, there's certain things that just sound better if you say Z instead of Z. Unfortunately,
Did you hear Rush in Canada or did you hear Rush in Chile?
What do you mean?
Like, were you born in Canada? And
Yeah, I was born here in Canada.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Just, I was wondering if the Rush had that far of a,
Oh no,
had
no,
legs that far, you know?
I was born here. My dad is Portuguese and my mom's Chilean. So like, they met here and yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
there you go.
There you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I know Rush has a big following in Texas of all places.
Well, they're huge in the music community.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
there's artists that come back to them all the time, and they're just like, you know, even like Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails is like, they were the best band for him.
Well, and Portnoy, the drummer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, who do you like? Neil Peart.
Yeah.
It's always one of the two. Like the other one that he mentioned, Bonham. It's like always between the two of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the best thing about being a musician?
Playing music, honestly, that's just like being able to express yourself. You know, I just love that. Like, you know, because I feel like maybe like it's almost like, you know, I have different personas when I play, like for example, like the drums, and when I play like I guess when I sing, different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of the same but different. So like, I just love being able to like express all like the part of like who's Dorado, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find when you're off stage, you're a completely different person than when you get on stage?
It's so of course you have like a little you're a little different. You have like a little I guess maybe like more persona when you're on stage, but it's mostly the same thing. I'm gonna be honest, totally honest with you. Like I don't really change. If you know me well, you'll see that I'm like a party guy. I love to like have fun and stuff. So like it's just like just like up a notch, you know. So it's a little different, yeah, but not
Mhm.
too much.
Well, that's good. The reason I ask is I've seen a few bands where I've talked to the guys before they go on stage, and they're just like they're mild mannered. They're like, "Hey, how you doing? You know, how's it going?" And then they get on stage, and it's like, "Is that the guy I was just talking to? They're running around like they're running through the out the front doors playing their guitar, and like that wasn't the guy I just talked to 5 minutes ago."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
like Don't Tell Sarah. I think that was the.
Oh my god, no! It was actually what's his name from Finely Tuned Elephant.
Oh yeah,
The bass player. He's such a mild mannered guy, but you get him on stage and he's just
Well, it's sometimes, and maybe you can speak on this, Dorado. Is the introverts like that are musicians when they get on stage become an extrovert, right? And it's just like because they kind of have to, or they don't have to, but it's more for the show. But maybe that's just who they are internally, but they can't provide it to you without having the opportunity to present it to you, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of introvert that are like that. For me, I was always an extrovert, so like you just see me like even crazier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just that. Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
yeah. He understands that.
I like to be the center of attention.
Yeah, he does.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Now, does the rest of the band follow that mentality, or do you have a guy in the band that kind of is just like
No, you can't.
everybody's upbeat and up tempo?
Everybody, yeah. If you have you gotta be moving. You gotta be moving your hips, like even you, like if you were in the band, you know, I make sure I put grease in those hips, and you'd be shaking them.
There you go. I'm gonna come play the triangle.
Loosey goosey.
Ding.
That's good. I love that. Yeah, I could see Dawg doing that for sure.
Yeah, right.
Where do you draw inspiration for your lyrics?
So a bit of like, I guess like one of like the funniest part where I draw like inspiration for my lyrics is my friends' lives. So for some songs, I won't say like all the songs, but for example, like I have a song called "Love Me Too" in like in English. It's an English song.
Mhm.
So like this whole song is about one of my friend and what happened to him with his girl. So like he was like telling me like like what happened, like he told me like the day before that he was like having something with his girl, and I was listening to him, and then the next day, like exactly, Telex sends me like an instrumental, and I'm like, and then it just like clicks, and I'm like, holy shit, that's the song for him. And I called that guy. I was like, yo, do you want to be on the song? Like you could like do like your like you can be on the song. I'm like, I just wrote like, and I showed like I sang the song to him, and he was like, yeah, no, I'm not singing. Not putting my problems out there yet. And I was like, okay, perfect. Well, I'm telling you, I'm using that. And then yeah, so like I have that song that's based on my friend. I have like a couple other songs like Conmigo is also based on a friend story. So yeah, basically, that's one of when you sign the friendship pact with me, you need to be you need to know it's in the contract.
It's an NDA, yeah.
Yeah,
That I may
Dorado-
steal parts of your life.
I will steal part. Exactly, I will steal part of your life.
That's too funny.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah.
good. Well, I mean, I think a lot of music comes from stories that
But
you
you're-
might have heard.
You're
or
not
you've
naming names, so I mean whatever.
Well, maybe
Exactly.
you did.
Yeah.
Maybe he did, yeah. So now when you're doing your songs, like the ones that you do in Spanish, do you ever think of translating them into English, or is it just too much of a
It sounds
change?
bad. No, it sounds bad.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
sometimes
thought.
I tell like my friends like because people are like, yo, what do you say? Because it's like it sounds so good, and then like what did you say? And then I just say them in English, and like, what? That's what you said? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was like, oh, then it doesn't sound as good, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah.
But what you could do is, if your friends don't speak Spanish, it's easy to write a song about them then in Spanish.
That's
Sure.
that's what I already do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a secret sauce.
That's it.
So
Exactly.
You just brought it to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Good
So
stuff.
you guys don't tell me too much, or else I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Well, he'll tell you his life story to get it in a song.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I'd like to have a little mystery. How has your sound evolved since you started?
I feel like now I think now this like I can like start to know what my sound is. I can feel it now. And like people come to me and they're like, for example, like when I like put like the aux, and when I have the aux, like I put songs, and they're sometimes my friends are like, oh, that's a new song, and they're like, and I'm like, how do you know it's me? And they're like, oh, it sounds like you, and I'm like, oh, yeah, great. So like people are like starting to like understand what my flow is, you know, and I feel like it really evolved. If you listen to my first song,
Mhm.
I don't like my first song, you know, but you know I keep it there because it's part of the process. I want to show like people like I wasn't always like it wasn't always like great, and if like you heard the first song that I recorded, you'd be like, oh my god, this sounds so bad. Like I you should see like the progression, because at first I didn't start with reggaeton.
Mhm.
I wanted to be like an underground rapper, you know, since
Yes.
I from like Ottawa, you know, I'm from Ottawa,
Mhm.
so like I listened like a lot to like for example Travis Scott, Kanye West, and like I was like, oh yo, I need to be like a rapper, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically I started as like rapping, and if you listen to the first song, you'd be like, nah, that's not Dorado, that's impossible.
Yeah. I actually was going to ask you about that because when I was listening to yourself, there was one song that was rap, and I go, this has got to be earlier because the newer stuff is all kind of more upbeat dance kind of oriented stuff, right? Like, you know,
Mhm.
you play in the clubs, and I was like, okay, we got a rap song. I'm like, all right. And
Yeah, because see, like it's probably the song Senses.
yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, that's because what I wanted, like I wanted to do, like, because since I'm from Ottawa, and I wanted to just, like do like a big like collaboration, you know, like take like some of the best artists in Ottawa and
Jay
really
Morris.
like to. So yeah, but I didn't know him at the time, but like
Yeah.
so like that's why I took like Shazay and I took Son Rob. I knew them, and I was like, yo, these two are like great artists here in Ottawa. And yeah, so I did like a rap song because of course I love
Flo
rap.
Franco.
Yeah,
Flo
him
Franco.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So we've had them on. That's why we know
Yeah.
who Jay Morris is for sure.
Mhm.
Who's your favorite? Do you still listen to hip hop?
Yeah.
Who's the greatest of all time?
So for me,
Shaking
I
your
think
head, dog.
I gotta go with Kanye. I think.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he put out some doozies.
Doozies.
yeah.
Before he went doozy.
Well, graduation
Yeah.
day is sick.
Exactly, and
So,
it's
yeah.
to me, it's more like it's because he's doing everything. You know what I mean? It's like the music plus he's rapping, and
Yeah.
Okay.
it's-
Well, he was a beat guy prior to being a hit. Like he was rapping, you know, like
so
he.
it's a bit like me, you know, like
Yeah.
I started doing beat, and then like tried to
Mhm.
do rap, and so that's why I have like I think I love him more
Yeah.
because of that.
That's fair.
'Cause, yeah.
He's
Okay,
not-
so-
he's not in my top 10.
Yeah, I have to bring this up. Have you ever seen the meme and it's Kanye in the top picture and he's like, I make my own beats. And then it's Neil Peart underneath going, oh, really? Sitting around his drum set. He's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
That's like makes me laugh every time.
No, I've never seen that one. You need
No,
to
it's
send
good.
me. You need to send it to me,
Yeah, okay. I'll try and
Yeah.
find it for you.
or put in your Instagram story and tag me.
Nice. We'll do.
I like
yeah,
that.
exactly. Marketing, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Smart man.
Content,
Smart
baby,
man.
content.
Exactly.
I gotta find it.
So we ask, obviously you're younger, but we ask this question to everybody that comes on the show. There's a couple decades of music we talk about because everybody likes the 60s, everybody likes the 2000s, like you obviously like Kanye, and that was kind of his time. But if you were to pick the 80s or the 90s for decades of music that you get to choose, which would it be?
80s all the way. I don't even. I
Ooh.
think. Yeah. I don't. I think the 80s is just like probably the like the best sound, honestly.
Wow.
And he didn't even have to think about it.
No, it's
No, I
quick.
don't.
It was very
'cause
quick.
I don't like the 90s have good sounds. It's good, but it's. I don't think it comes even close to the 90s. I mean, to the 80s.
Is that because of you
Okay.
too?
Okay, but what about
oh.
what about hip hop?
It's still like it's.
You think
It's-
the 80s for
I
hip hop
think-
is better than the 90s?
No. Okay, not for hip hop, but like.
Okay, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
because
just
no, but
saying.
I'm just talking like music in general. Just if you look at hip hop, of course, 90s is better. But if you look at the whole music, like the whole sound, I think the 80s is it's there. And it's just that's why like right now like people are always like doing 80s song, you know? Like it came back, and I think it's just an amazing sound.
If you're gonna take a part of it, what 80 besides you two, like take you two out of the mix, Would there be another song or band from the 80s that you would try and incorporate in some of your music, or maybe a song?
So right now, they'll have some insider for you.
Insider information.
Insider information. So like I'm working like on some 80s music.
Oh,
More like pop.
Okay.
So,
Like Michael?
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
We're I think Michael is just he's the
incredible.
He's the greatest of all time, I think.
Pop star for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, he's nobody performed like him.
Nah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He was you know, I've
You have a soft spot for
told you
Michael.
about my life when
Yeah.
I grew up in the 80s, so I had MJ with Thriller album was like I was like 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, and I'd be doing the moonwalk at weddings
Exactly,
and stuff.
but I
So
feel like also like there was never like a crowd like Michael had, you know.
No,
No.
his
He's
production and
he's
stuff like
he's not human, you know.
yeah, it was like Elvis. It was like
there was always
it was the second coming of Elvis, but times 10. Like it was like even
Yeah,
though, like listen,
exactly.
Elvis had a lot, but MJ would be filling like
Yeah.
you know Real Madrid stadium. You know, so like
And I don't think I don't think like there's gonna be like artists that will do it like as big as Michael. Actually,
Oh.
Taylor Swift is very good right now, but I don't think like there's gonna be like artists that will be able to like do it like Michael. Honestly,
not with that reach. Like
Mm.
they, you know,
Well, I mean-
he was huge in Japan.
Just
Like,
think
it was
about-
like, you know, like
think about how
Australia,
huge he.
like
Think
he
about
just- but you're not wrong to say Taylor Swift obviously has
yeah,
a
she's
huge
amazing.
following. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan, but I understand. But MJ was like, I think the OG, right? He was the original huge
Yeah.
concert, filled massive stadiums. Like, you
Well,
know,
think about the fact that he did it without Instagram,
Soci-
without the
without
social
social
media,
media.
because social
Yeah.
media wasn't actually a
No.
real thing when he was doing
Exactly.
his thing, right?
So it's imagine now how big he would be.
oh my god.
It would be stupid.
Well, the
It'd
thing
be
is
stupid.
too, though, nobody's going to beat his album sales record ever because we'll never see them be that big again having albums.
Hmm.
It is the biggest selling album of all time.
Sure,
Thriller.
I know. I've no.
But
I've
what
heard
I'm
of
saying is like because people had to buy
Yeah.
physical copies.
physical- that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to beat that record.
Hmm.
You could beat a streaming, or you could have a streaming.
Oh,
record
streaming
or
is
something.
well, that doesn't count.
but what I'm saying is like hard copies.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, just if you look, like for example, right now, who's the most listened artist? It's The Weeknd, and The Weeknd is basically if you listen to like what Michael
Yeah.
music, Michael Jackson music, and then you listen to The Weeknd, you're like, oh, like it's like the same thing, you
Yeah.
know? He like he has a huge inspiration of Michael, like
It's
the
just
way Michael sings and stuff.
Makes
it's
sense.
just like nobody can do it like Michael Jackson. And in Canada goes, oh wait, just a sec, hold on, hold my beer.
The Weeknd.
We have The Weekend.
No, but
Yeah.
still, he doesn't dance like him. But
No.
I think it's like one of the closest things, like music-wise, closest things we have.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree. I would
Yeah.
agree. with
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him, but I agree.
So what's next for you, sir?
What's next for me? So obviously, like I'm going to Montreal like next year, but like I'm gonna say about like I'm gonna release a new song at the end of this month. It's with an Ottawa artist called Faye, and yeah, so be ready for that. And
Nice. We're ready for
We will definitely be ready for that.
nice.
yeah,
You have to give us a heads up.
Yeah. We'll post
Exactly.
all your stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll post.
We do that all for everybody. But yeah, but
Okay.
for you for sure.
Okay, perfect. So I'll send you guys. I'll send
Perfect.
You,
Okay.
send
Well,
you the song and everything.
well, please do. Yeah, that'd be
Well,
amazing.
You should, because I also do a little show that I put up on Mixcloud every week featuring local artists. So you definitely need to send it to me so I can put it up and so everybody can hear it.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Good.
He plays local artists, all genres. Doesn't matter. You're from
And
Ottawa or
Yep.
Montreal or wherever.
It's called the Doghouse Sessions, and I put it up on, it usually comes up on Facebook and Mixcloud,
Okay.
usually about 2 hours long. And it's just, like Gus said, every genre that we have in this city.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
It could be you and then a heavy metal band.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It could be.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's
like-
the best.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best.
Anyhow I'm feeling that day.
Yeah, if you're having a day, you can play a little Latino song.
Oh,
and
my
then
goodness. I
Exactly.
sure could.
Get it going, you know? Like anyways.
Absolutely.
But appreciate your time, and thank you again for joining us for the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, no, it was our pleasure.
Yeah.
Tell X we're coming for him next.
Perfect. I'll tell him.
Yep.
Tell him.
Just stay with
Okay.
us for a minute here, please.
Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus.